I have bought a lot of Pokemon cards this year, many of which have been on my wishlist for a really long time. So in this video I want to show you 10 of my favorites. I hope you enjoy. So these are all just from a single seller, because not only was he kind of like the cheapest option I could find, he also had all the cards in stock that I really wanted. And just look at these all one by one. So the first one, that's a real beauty. Wow, I've been wanting this card. I mean, I've been wanting to pull any special illustration rare from Paldean Fates, but now having the Japanese version with that awesome texture is super amazing. Look at how beautiful this card looks. The Gardevoir from Shiny Treasure EX. Man, that is one cool looking card. And also a Whoopie boy in the background there. That's the same Whooper as it is in the background of the Lana's Assistance or Lana's Aid. That special illustration here, which I've pulled in German, by the way. So this is an amazing addition to the collection, I suppose. Alright, second to last parcel right here. So let's just cut open this one real quick. Honestly, I have no idea what to expect in here. I keep saying that, I feel like, but it is the truth. I only know what to expect in the very last parcel because, well, not only was that the last one that arrived, I also know exactly what is in there. The 18 times the same card. Ooh, okay, that's kind of backwards. Now I know what this is. If I see the AP grading, I know exactly. This is the Dragonite EX. Yeah, look at that one. Also a 7. I have no idea how good AP grading is. I haven't used them before. They are located in Germany, just like gold standard grading, which I do know a lot of German collectors do regard very highly. I don't know about AP grading though. The labels look really cool though, in my opinion. But once again, getting cracked out of the case anyways. But I do love this card. Man, I keep saying this. This is from 2003. So this is actually the oldest card in this whole mail day. 21 years. All the way back from 2003. EX Dragon, that was one of the very first sets during the EX era. The OG EX era. And this one cost me, believe it or not, 60 euros, which I do think is pretty cheap. I could have sworn for like the longest time this one was sitting at much higher prices. If I'm looking at the prices right now, what freaking happened? There's a raw version of this card on sale for 64 euros, and then the next one literally is 160 euros. Like, what happened? I got a really good deal on this one then, eh? I got a really good deal. Very nice. This was actually... I did wait for a little bit here for these, you know, until they were shipped, or I think the longest I waited wasn't even the shipping within China, because you have to ship them first to the warehouse of Card Hobby, and that didn't take that long. Like, usually people would ship it within like 2 or 3 days, and then it would only take 2 or 3 days more to actually reach the Card Hobby headquarter, if you will. The longest time it took was for Card Hobby to check the cards and to put them into their warehouse. And then after that, it was completely fine. Anyways, here is the last card. Actually, let me try to make this one a secret. So let me just take the label out, or the card. There we go. And then we'll turn it around, because this one is really, really special. This is the most expensive card in this mail day. I paid 180 euros for this card, but this is incredibly special. Let me just flip it over. Here we are. The Latias and Latios GX Tag Team card, already graded in a PSA 10. Would you look at that beauty? Man, that card looks super cool. Dude, I'm pretty sure 180, you wouldn't even get a heavily played or poor version of this card in English for that price. And this one is already graded in a PSA 10. That's insane. So let's open this one up next. Maybe I shouldn't be handling a knife when I'm like on my very special playmat. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Okay. Well, and another envelope in here. Well, I guess it's shipped really securely. Oh, this is one of the Japanese ones. I know exactly which one this is. This is the Espeon. This is the Espeon EX. Look at this, man. Also PSA 8. I know this one was on the more expensive side in this order as well. Yeah, this one was so far the most expensive card on this in this whole order. This one was 200 euros. I really want this one. In a perfect world, I would have liked to get a first edition version of this card, but I just wasn't able to find one, and the ones I did find were really overpriced in my opinion. So I had to make do with an unlimited version. Look at the holofoil pattern. Unfortunately though, like all of these cards that I've just shown apart from the Raichu, I actually didn't own back in the day, and I'm not even sure if I did own the Raichu. So these are actually new. I am seeing these for the first time, believe it or not. This is the last card in our mail day, and this is also incredibly special because this is a full art of my favorite Pokemon champion in the whole series. It is the Cynthia. And look at that one. At first, I really wasn't sure about this full art. You know, I do still prefer the one from Hidden Fates, where she's like standing there with Garchomp in the background and then Lucario off to the side. That one looks really cool. But this one is a close second. I mean, it looks better than the one that I want to say recently released, but that's also a little while ago. So for this card in particular, I paid $63 US. What a cheap price, and look at the texture, man. Okay, yeah, I haven't actually turned this card into the light. Sorry about the glare there. But that's just the best way to show off the texture, especially right in the corner right here. Yeah, that looks really nice. So I was having a conversation with them for like 2 months, saying the card didn't arrive. Could you refund me? In the end, nothing came of it. They didn't refund me. They didn't even reply to my messages anymore. And so I thought, okay, well, that's it. I'm not gonna get the card back, I'm not gonna get my money back. The problem is, because I'm that much of a cheapskate, you know, you wouldn't have guessed by the huge amounts of cards that I usually buy, I'm actually a cheapskate, and the platform offers cards, like, for really cheap, as this Umbreon EX right here. This is, as you can see right down here, if the camera, I don't know if the camera can pick it up, it's really small and really hard to see. This is a first edition Mew EX. From all the way back in 2003, I do believe? Or no, 2005, okay. For this one, I paid $80, and that's an incredible price. I think I checked the price, it's been a while, but I think the cheapest one I could find was easily like $150 to $200. And as you can see from the back right here, it isn't in a perfect condition, like there's a little bit of whitening there. But this is for my binder anyway, so I don't really mind that it's not in a perfect condition. This is for my binder. The front looks incredibly clean. Would you look at how clean the front looks? Like, that's insane. And it is an old school EX card. And kind of have to break up my story here. This is really special to me because I used to own this card in German back in the day. I think the German version is like beyond $500 or euros right now, so the German version is really expensive. This one is more affordable, the Japanese one. It is a first edition, but I still only paid $80 for it, so that is a really good price in my opinion. Let me put most of the stuff over here and just rip this one open, I suppose, and start off with this one. So, this time around I didn't have to wait that long. I mean, some of these have been lying around here for about, like, I don't know, 3 weeks or something. And I have mostly forgotten what I bought, as per usual, you know, as always. Let me just cut this open, there we go. Ooh, we can already see it, very nice. Very nice. I can just have that right here. The Rayquaza VMAX. You know, this is obviously from Evolving Skies. I don't know if this is the second most expensive card from Evolving Skies. It might be. I'm not too sure about this, but this one is amazing. You know, I did pull the Umbreon VMAX a while ago, and this is like the second most expensive purchase in this one. No, it is the most expensive purchase in this one. Right, about prices. So for this one, I paid 250 euros, and I guess I'll have the dollar conversion up here somewhere. And this is an absolutely stunning card, man. Okay, just looking at it in person, this looks really nice. It's also by Anesaki Dynamics, which is one of my favorite artists. So this is a great addition to the collection. Let's move it on. Wow, I was sorting through them, didn't expect this card to be up this early. It's the Sightseer, the Chinese Sightseer, mind you. Wow, I didn't really think this through. This should have been the last card, eh? Look at this one. This is one of these, whatchamacallit, high-tier trainers that are like really expensive in Japanese that I still needed for my collection because I have a wall of full art trainers, graded full art trainers up on my wall. I do want to make one if I do get more graded Pokemon cards, like of actual Pokemon. I do want to make one like right next to it. So this is the one I also needed. And this is really, really cool. This one was the most expensive card by far in this order. So this one cost me $335 US, which might sound much. Well, it is much, but I actually checked recent sales on Card Hobby for this card, and most of them actually went for like $500 upwards. So I actually got a really good deal on this card. So this one is actually very, very special. It was also opened by Customs, which is the tape right down here. It says that in German. It was opened by Customs. I've never had that happen before. Actually, that's not true. I've ordered like a custom PC case a few years ago. Man, the N-Case M1, that was also opened by Customs. I also had to go to my local Customs office to explain why a PC case was that expensive. And yeah, that was something. But I've never had a package being opened by Customs before and then delivered to my doorstep. This is literally the first time this has happened. So let me just try to cut this open very, very safely. Luckily, my knife is very, very sharp. I do also have to cut it right here. There we go. And I have to cut it right here. Yeah, a sharp knife definitely helps with the opening. Let me just peek in. Okay, you can't see the card. Very good. It has to be suspenseful. Alright, this little envelope contains my most expensive Pokemon card in my collection right about now. Okay, I have to turn it around. I don't want to spoil it. It comes in a one-touch case. It comes in a one-touch magnetic case. Wow. Okay. Okay. Well, you already know this is gonna be something special, eh? I really do hope they put it at least in a perfect fit sleeve. Yeah, they did. Okay. Okay, they did. Man. Okay, so the back... Let me just look at the back centering. The back centering does seem a bit off, but as long as it is like 55-45, it should get a 10. Or in PSA, I think it's like 60-40, left to right. So here we are. Let me see, how can I get this open? Okay, so no, this is not a perfect fit sleeve. This is like a sealable. Oh, that's not good. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, that's a really, really bad sleeve. That's a really, really horrible sleeve. Let me get this out before damaging the card. Okay, so the back actually does look pretty good. At least from what I can tell. It doesn't seem to have any scratches. The edge right here seems a bit rough, but then again, it did with the Friends in Gala and that got a perfect 10, so maybe I'm just overthinking it. The back so far looks pretty good. Centering isn't perfect, but let's just turn it around and see the front of the card. And here we are. Holy moly, this is if I...
That you do.
Okay, here we are, the Lily. I'm lost at words, actually. This is a grail for many full art trainer collectors, me included. It's the same with the Friends in Gala, like the Japanese version is just out of this world. You cannot afford the Japanese version anymore. At least not if you're a normal person, maybe if you're a millionaire or something. But the Japanese version is so expensive. So what do? We just grab the Chinese version, which is in itself, by the way, it isn't cheap. This cost me 850 euros. 850 euros for this card. This is officially the most expensive card in my collection. And man, oh man. But man, this card looks super beautiful. In this FedEx parcel is one of the rarest Mew cards in existence. As you might know by now, Mew is my favorite Pokemon, and this card has been on my wishlist ever since I got back into the hobby. I'll give you some background information while I unbox this card. It's a promo that was available from 2003 to 2005, but it was very difficult to obtain since you had to attend a ton of events and also win a lot, hence why there are so few copies of it. It's this Mew EX Play promo number 007, and man, finally being able to hold this card in my hand is quite astonishing. When I got back into the hobby, I never would have imagined that I would finally own this card someday, but here we are. That's just amazing.